Hey everybody, Starlight Sparkle here, shining on. So I wasn't gonna necessarily do this video because I have a whole bunch of other videos that I gotta do and get posted for you guys. So terribly sorry for falling behind. I get really lost in myself, you know, and I push myself to do other things, so I'm not focusing on like other things. So you know, so I always keep myself busy, just because I get to a mental state of depression where I truly miss my kids extremely, and I miss the family that I worked 15 years to have. So then I get like really, so I get really depressed, and to help me cope with that depression, you know, I do what most people kind of do. You substitute it with something else. So for myself, it's just through the charity work that I do with the Imperial Royal Sovereign Court of the Desert Empire, or the Imperial Court System out here in Las Vegas, and also being present in the LGBTQ plus community, representing the non-binary community and the transgender community. Because ever since, you know, like I've said before, ever since my daughter came out to me to let me know, you know, their friends are non-binary, and you know, and of course, you know, kids opening up is when they say they're friends, it's generally their way of opening up and saying themselves, in a roundabout way, which is something that was always obvious because, you know, they have always been the type to wear their hair short. Like, they've always liked their hair short. They hated it long. They hated it when we wouldn't cut it for them to keep it nice and short. And then they've always liked to wear pants and, you know, really fun, adventurous clothes, you know, tomboy stuff. Not necessarily wearing, you know, the typical girl stuff. And it was because of them, you know, pushing them, or just being themselves, but then pushing me and pointing out, you know, that I'm not being true to myself, that I've been hiding something. And they're extremely an intuitive type, much like myself. They're very in tune with spirituality and themselves, and in tune with their surroundings spiritually. And I am too. Like, I've honed it for ever since I was a kid, and like I've grown techniques to help block certain things and ignore things. But outside of that, yeah, you know, they were completely right. I had hid stuff about myself and lied, and you know, and like, but I miss my kids. And so like I haven't been posting, I haven't been editing. I have been recording. I have, I'd say 7, maybe 8 videos, possibly more, that I need to edit and put together. It's just when I'm in this space, I get depressed and don't want to move and do anything. Which is why I don't really ever come home that frequently, just because, you know, it's just that. It's a dead, empty space. So it just makes me miss my family more, and so it makes it hard for me to just sit here and, you know, and just edit videos all day. So then I get lost, like most other people, procrastinating, and get lost in, you know, Netflix or YouTube type of thing, just to keep my brain focused on something else. Because realistically, for myself, the type of person I am, the type of person I have grown up, like I've been 100% okay being alone up until the point where I've met my ex. But the reason being why I was okay being alone was because I was deep into choreography, dancing, and writing music and playing video games. Between dancing and choreography, those are my happy place. That kept me busy, kept me happy. That's all I needed until I got married and had the kids. Then supporting the kids and stepping away from the things that I liked and enjoyed to be there for them and giving them the life that they deserved. So I spent a lot of time ignoring what I liked because I stopped teaching dance, I stopped doing aerobics, I stopped doing choreography, I stopped writing and mixing music just to live, the life that the other person's family wanted me to live, saying that you can't have a successful life being an aerobics instructor. And in California, I was actually very successful, which was stupid for me to believe them. Because I worked for 24 Hour Fitness and LA Fitness, and with 24 Hour Fitness I had multiple gyms that I worked at, and with LA Fitness I was actually in a position to where I was helping create the aerobics classes and helping create new choreography for their routines that they had for for what I created before Zumba, Latin moves. So it was a Latin and hip hop blend of aerobics class, which is something that I had pitched and created for LA Fitness. They did the name though; they didn't create the name Latin Moves. That wasn't my choice. Mine was more of a simple name. I called it Latin Hip Hop, so it was really a lot simpler. But Latin Moves was really cute because it fit in with their motif. Because a lot of their classes were something moves, just to get the mental state going of moving and being active all the time. But ever since I've been in Nevada, I have not done aerobics. I haven't done lies. I have done aerobics. I've been doing aerobics out here for since 2015. But after I lost the kids, I did quit that job. I taught for a company since their inception here in Las Vegas, but I also felt like I had to leave because of who I am. I wanted to be free to be myself. And this is also why I didn't do a video, because I'm going way off track. But it all fits into my depression at the moment and why I haven't done the videos for you guys. And I just realized, going back to my fitness thing, that my company, JLA Nutrition and Fitness, which originally was called Just Like the Athletes Nutrition and Fitness, started in November 2013, is now nearing 10th year anniversary. And just thinking about the things that would make me happy before I was married and before I had kids, besides dancing and the charity work, I do miss that. So I'm considering going back into my fitness field and pushing the JLA Nutrition further than where it's at right now. Again, it's on its 10th anniversary. I stepped away while I started my transition, just because that namesake and face of the company was completely different, which is why also part of the reason why I left the other aerobics company, because I was working with them with my company, doing the aerobics for them, creating routines for the classes, but then also utilizing the clients with his classes on how to lose weight, utilizing my JLA Nutrition program. So we created a nutrition program specifically for those classes through JLA Nutrition. So yeah, I got to push forward with that and try new plans more geared towards the trans community. Someone that I know, thank you, Jennifer Black. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but I am giving you credit and thanking you for bringing this up. There aren't any gyms, geared just for trans people in our community. There could be some somewhere out there, just not in Las Vegas. I don't know about opening a gym because I know it's a lot of work for an entire gym, but I can create routines, classes and things that can help male to female and female to male, because I know what works for each body type, but now it's going to be what works for each body type to create the other body type. So it's going to be different types of exercises that are not very typical. So you don't tell a trans female to do female exercises to get their body, or you don't tell them to do male exercises to get their body into that female shape. You got to blend it. There's going to be different things that has to be done, and there has to be different ways of doing it, because ideally before the transition their bodies were geared for high muscle mass, and so again, high weight ratios to get the muscle tone. But now the body is being adjusted to more of a feminine side, but it's not quite there, and you still have to understand some of the male portion, because if you don't do it right, you're going to lose too much of the muscle, and you're also going to do it the wrong way and could possibly hurt yourself and hurt the body. And vice versa for trans male. You're not going to give them the hardcore male exercises because their body still has that separate different metabolism until they reach a certain point, and then you can start gearing up the heavier weights and pushing them through to doing it a different way, you know. But you also want to focus differently on the muscle groups also, because, you know, naturally women cannot do proper push-ups until those muscles are built and toned, and so you're not going to force them to start off doing things a one way immediately. You have to build up to it. So I want to focus with JLA Nutrition making a transition along with myself. So their 10th year anniversary will be a transition geared towards nutrition and fitness for the trans community. I have blabbed long enough. I only wanted this to be a 5-minute video, so there are more videos coming. So I have my I'm back on estradiol. My doctor boosted me up to 100 milligrams, so per 5 milliliters. So I'm extremely high energy now, and my body is like been doing really well, and I'm really happy with that change for myself. My estrogen levels are doing great, testosterone's down, so everything's perfect. I'll tell that in the other video, not for this video. I have a video of my cycling riding. I did a trip down to an area that is extremely, it's a motorcycle ride, you know, so extremely hetero space and machismo motorcycle gang group type of space, you know. So I'll have a video for that to show you how that went. You know, it's all about your energy, but I'll have a video for that. And I have videos on Henderson Pride, Las Vegas Trans Pride is coming up shortly, but I have other videos with other Pride events that were happening here in Las Vegas. So many videos to edit and post, so I'm sorry I've been so behind. I'm going to try to get these videos out to you guys. Love you all, and I'll have a more deeper, insightful video also coming, just because my first daughter's birthday is next week, and that's also extremely mentally straining for me, just because I was the only one who was there for her since birth, because it'll be in the other video. Love you guys. Charlie Sparkle. Sparking out.